Hey guys, so I know it has been quite a while since I have made anything related to a guitar video. However, in this video I kind of wanted to discuss something. I've been meaning to make this for quite a while now, however, just been waiting on things to occur, and I'll kind of explain a little bit more in depth as the video goes on. However, for a while I was running a Schecter Element 7 for a 7-string because, well, I wanted to get a 7-string to kind of explore the options that extended tuning has, but also because there was some stuff I wanted to cover that was 7-string related, so, or that needed a 7-string to be able to do. And so I had the Element 7 for a while. However, there was another 7-string that kind of got my attention. So the main reason I had gotten the Element 7 was because it reminded me of how my original Schecter Element 7 active looked, with the way the fretboard was and the inlays were. I know it's a little bit of an aesthetic thing, but hey, I liked how that looked and I missed it, so I went and got it. Of course, now I have the 6-string Hellraiser Extreme, which has that pattern on it, which I love. But for a 7-string, I have really loved the single cuts as of late, and so we are going to take a deep dive into my latest 7-string. So, as you can see, this 7-string is an absolute beauty. And interestingly enough, I want to give a major shout out to Frets on the Net for making a custom backplate for me. That was all their work, and it looks phenomenal. I sent in the I sent in the cavity that I had from my LTD EC-256, and it was like, hey, this seems to fit the EC-257 just as well. So he was able to make it for me, and along with, like, he asked me all kinds of questions, or a couple questions on how I wanted the cavity to come, and or how I wanted it to look, and his work is impeccable. It's fantastic. I highly recommend Frets on the Net for if you have a cavity cover that needs replacing. He is the dude. So yeah, thank you, sir, for that. I greatly appreciate it. But yeah, this EC-257 feels amazing on the neck. It is a thin C, if I recall correctly, not an ultra thin C, which I don't like. I hate ultra thins. They are way too thin for me. So, one thing we need to do is we need to check out how does this 7-string, how does it sound with the stock configuration. Mind you, as you saw in the video, I did replace the tuners to go to locking tuners because I couldn't stand the stock tuners on it. Not that they were bad, but I'm used to Grover and Goto, which much better quality tuners. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my standing thing where I will just play something, and then also I will do it in the context of a mix where I will but I'll do a partial play along to Paradise Lost Forsaken. It's not going to be verbatim It's not going to be correct verbatim because I'm just doing it what I can learn by ear. I need to get the tab book so I can actually cover some of their stuff more, but this is what I got so far. Alrighty, so for what you can do with this guy, I'm actually quite impressed. And ESP did pretty fucking solid with this whole guitar, honestly. I find myself playing it constantly. Granted, there's a more 7-string material I've been wanting to play. Well, now I'm finally able to play it, and I'm enjoying doing so. Now, if I could just remember to put the fucking strap lock onto it whenever I'm actually playing it, because, well, I tend to kind of get into it and raise up the neck to really get, like, onto the frets and just get, like, we, as guitarists, we can all kind of go into, like, a particular posture, the correct posture, but once you start playing, once you start jamming, that kind of goes out the window, and you kind of go what your body feels like doing. It happens. So, yeah. Aside from that, I love the way this sounds. Oh, I love the sound is reliant primarily on the speakers, so, which I'm using the Rev V30 from Glenn Fricker. If you can find it out there, I highly recommend it. Fucking awesome IR. But I love the way this feels when playing it. I need to go and replace the strings, honestly. Even though I did replace them once already, I don't feel like the bottom string or like this top string up here is tight enough, or there's not enough tension on it for me personally. So I've got another set of D'Addarios that I have planned to put on, but wanted to do some other things before I put them on. So, yeah. Aside from that, can't say enough good things about this EC-257. But anyways, guys, I thank you for taking a look at this, and hopefully you enjoyed the EC-257, and yeah. If you're looking for a 7-string, I highly recommend this guy. So, until next time, guys, see you then.